Welcome to Unit 2 Java Programming Environment. In this unit, we will be discussing how to write, compile, run Java programs. So there are three ways to do this. So we can use the Integrated Development or IDE Eclipse, or we can use console and text editor, or for Android phones, we can use GVDroid or other compiler available in our cell phones. So this is our first Java program, and I will be discussing this line by line in the next lesson or in the next unit. So our focus here is just to simply write, compile, and run Java programs. So you will be the one to read the prior knowledge. Okay, let's proceed to our proper lesson. So we can create Java using Notepad. So just follow the steps. But in my case, since I am using Windows 10, I'm just writing here Notepad. Then click Notepad. But in other Windows below Windows 10 like XP, Windows 7, so you may follow the steps. Click Start, Accessories, Notepad, something like that. So in my case, I have here, I am writing our first program. So the public class sample program. So this is the name of our class, sample program. So take note the spelling and the cases. So the word sample is written in small letters, and program, the first letter, the P, is written in capital letter. So Java is case sensitive, so you just follow what is written as file name. And also remember that whatever your class name, like here, sample program, should be the same name as your file name. Like example, we just save. Save mo na. Save as. So ang file name is also sample program. So you write .java. So because by default the extension of the file name is .text because it is written in Notepad, but you need to change the .txt to .java in order to be recognized by the JDK. Okay, kaya na-save ko na just. So once you are done writing your program in Notepad, so this is the time for you to compile. So compilation is the conversion of the high-level language into machine language using the JDK and the JRE if you're using the Eclipse. But if you just simply using your console, the command prompt, you're just simply using the JDK. So how to compile? Simply go to the command prompt. Go to the command prompt window. In my case, so Windows 10, so you just simply write here cmd. This is command prompt. Okay, this is what we call the console. Console. Then, before you compile, you just remember where you save your file. So over here, the sample class Java program, I save it in the, okay, sa local D, then sa GB, okay, GB folder, and that's it. That is save. Naka-exist na siya. So, dali na lang sa nakasulod. So, tandaan ta, the local D, then folder JV. So, go to here, to the console, then specify the root directory, which is local D. To go to the local D, just type D and then colon. Then, change directory to the folder CD, change directory to JV. So let's try dir. Dali makita ang sample Java program. Since na-compile ko na may .class na siya. So then, what it says here is that you just type path. So specify the path for the Java development kit. So in this case, I am using JDK 1.7.0. Okay, so you just type path, specify the path, then write the address where you save your JDK. So in my case here, I save my JDK, JDK, and double click the JDK folder. This is where I save my JDK. Then double click the bin. Then click here to select the address where you save your JDK. Then copy. Then right click, paste. Okay. Then press enter. So, na-specify na ang path sa imong Java development kit. Next is that you type javac, then your file name to compile. So, C stands for compile. So, javac, then your file name, this is your file name, the sample program .java. Let's see if there is an error. There are errors. Okay, successful. It means you don't have your program has no error. So compile, then let's see the output by writing Java sample program. So all you have to do is nakasulat na ang Java sample program.java, just simply omit the letter C in the .java. So upper arrow, then omit the letter C, then omit the .java, then enter. Then welcome to ICT. It means you successfully compile and run your program. Okay, that's it for using the console and notepad. So another way is that you can also, so after compiling and running your program using console, you can also do that by using the Eclipse IDE. Okay, Eclipse. Okay, but before that, we will be discussing the different errors. Okay, the runtime errors and the syntax errors. So these are the two Java errors. So what is syntax errors? So it occurs after compilation of a program. They are usually typing errors of the syntax of the Java source code. Java attempts to isolate the error by displaying the line of code and pointing to the first incorrect character in the line. So usually the syntax errors are misspelled Java commands, incorrect special characters, omission correct punctuation. Okay, let's try. Like for example, incorrect special characters or omission of special characters. So in our case here, so when you are writing system out at front line, then your statement, it needs to have the semicolon at the end. But if you miss this, is a special character, when you save, you save it. Okay. Then when you try to run your program, so path, then the Jabak. Okay, as you can see, there are errors. Actually, only one error. Okay, expected, semicolon, expected. So you missed semicolon here. So this is what we call syntax error. Okay, so to correct, pwede na-indicate mo ng error mo. So you correct your program, then Control S to save your file, then write again the path. Okay, then the Jabak, no error. So, okay, welcome to ICT. So runtime errors are errors that will not display until you run or execute your program. It means the runtime error will only display after you compile your program successfully. So, ang diferensya na diri sa programmer. So, let's say ang programmer nagamit sang ++OP, ++, it means increments, and double dash, it means decrements or minus. Okay? So example of our program, another example of our program using arithmetic operators and the increment and decrement. Increment naman, double plus. So as programmer, you are thinking that you're going to sum up the values of A, B, and C. But in your actual program, you forgot to include the A. Siyempre, ang ihatag sa imo, kung ano lang ang value sang B nga nag-increment by 1, kag ang value sang C, amo lang na yung i-display. So, sa imo na nga programmer ang sala, kay wala mo na include ang A. So, that is, ginatawag ina nga runtime error. Okay? So, like for example, so path, then your Jabak arithmetic operator sample, then run. Okay, that's it. Okay. So in this case, you intend to display the value of A, which is 38, the value of B is 47, and the value of C is 50 by writing system out that print line. It means i-print niya ang values ng A, B, and C. And then, gusto mo i-increment ang value sang A, so nabutang ka sang incrementing operator nga plus. Sabi na kanina example ko, ang intention mo nga i-add mo ang tatlo ka variables A, B, C, pero nalipatan mo ang A, so increment by B lang kag C. That is why, pag sum mo, pag-display na sang sum, gin-sum up na lang ang 38 plus 1, kag ang, ang B kag C, no? Value of B is 47 plus 1, which is 48, plus value of C, which is 50. So, ang total mo is 98. Okay. So, kung ano ang ginobra mo nga program, kung ano ang mga logic mo diri, amo man na ang i-display ya. Kung may nalipatan ka di, may include sa imong operator, sa imong formula, amo man ang i-display sa imong program. So, amo na natawag nga runtime error. Sala na naayasang programmer kung may nalipatan sa, pero i-run niya na successfully. So, amo na ang runtime error. Ang syntax error ya hindi gid magwa ang iyang output kay may error gid ang imo nga program. Makita ni GDK nga may error ang imo nga program. May na wrong spelling ka. Okay, may kulang ikaw ng mga characters na ang syntax error. So let's go to the Eclipse. So if you don't like to use the console, so I am providing you, or we will be discussing you the Eclipse or on how to use Eclipse. So you will be the one to read the short history of the Eclipse. Okay. So to have your Eclipse installer, you just copy this URL, copy, then i-google na to or i-search. Dito na lang, baba. Nan, this is free. Okay. So the Java is an open source. Eclipse is an open source. It means it is free. You don't need to pay in order to use the Eclipse. Everybody is welcome to use the Eclipse. Okay, over here, this is the Eclipse Foundation website. So in here, since we are developing Java and we will be using IDE for Java, so amo na ang atong nga i-download. So lantawon mo ang mga Windows either 64-bit or 32-bit. Okay? So but before you download this one, pili ka di kapili sa mga version. Okay. So older versions, Yari de Photon, Oxygen, Mars. So, ang ako nagamit is Mars. So, pili ka lang di ko na ang imong nagustuhan. So, like for example, Neon. So, Neon. So, ang Neon may 32-bit. Eclipse IDE Neon 3 packages. So, you select a 32 or 64-bit depending on the capacity of your computer system. So, in my case, so, para mawalan mo ang capacity sa inyong computer, you just right-click this PC or computer, then properties. So, in my case, the system type is 64-bit. Therefore, I'm going to download 64-bit. Okay, click lang nila ito ng 64-bit. So, kung 32-bit, 32-bit ang i-download natin. Okay? So, may example mga din. So after you download the file with Eclipse distribution, unpack it to a local directory. So kaya na siya, naka-zip. So i-extract mo ng zip. So starting Eclipse. So I have here pag ma-install mo na ang Eclipse. Okay, may Eclipse na ko din. Sa akong folder. So, pangitaan natin ang eclipse.exe. Eclipse.exe. So, but before you are using your Eclipse, you see to it that you have your, na-mention ko na sa last previous kong lesson, Java installer. So, you see to it that you have your GDK 12 or 1.7. Then you have your JRE. So, dapat i-install na po ang JRE kaya naka.exe. Ang GDK ay isulod lang sa folder. So, double-click to run this JRE para ma-install siya sa imong computer system. Nan, install. Nan, prepare and install. So, na-install ko na niya sa akon. So, would you like to re-install? No, may ari na ko lang. So, i-double-click nyo lang tapos next. Yes. Para ma-install ang JRE. So, pwede man nila ito ma-download sa internet. Ang JRE kag JDK. So, pili man kamo sang GRE nyo, basta ang inyong pili kamo sang GRE nyo. So, depende sa imong computer system type. Kung system type is 32 ang i-download. So, 64 kung 64. That's it. So, to start with, you find your eclipse.exe. Pag-download mo may .exe na na. Pag-install mo sa Eclipse, may .exe na na. So, double click. In my case, I am using Mars. You can also use Photon, Neon, or whatever. Yeah. Different, what do you call this, edition. Excuse me. None. This is it. After double clicking the .eclipse.exe, you will be prompted or you will be suggested of the address where you are going to write your Eclipse workspace, your Eclipse file. So, it's up to you if you are going to accept the suggested address, or you may choose your address where you are going to save your file, your Java file. So you can, let's say, over here in the local D, and you make a new folder. You just click the make new folder. Then you can write your file name. So, like for example, I require you to write your name, your family name. Use your family name as your folder name. Then click OK. Okay. So, i-click lang nyo natin ang welcome. I-close. Homepage na i-close lang ito. So, appearance, you can choose the appearance of your IDE. Gusto mo dark. So, kadto ka lang sa window preference, general appearance, window, preferences. General. Double click. Also in background. Okay, simple click. Default. Show. Sa theme. Theme. Appearance. Theme. General appearance theme. Gusto mo dark. Apply. Okay. Ito naman yung gusto mo. Ang imo nga background. Okay. Dark. Windows. So, gusto ko lang dyan. Okay. Workspace. Okay. This is our workspace. This one over here. Then Eclipse project. So the Eclipse project contains source configuration binary files related to a certain perspective. New Java project. Okay. Oh, then. Next. This one, the whole jump, then finish. So ang folder name is okay. So right click. New package. Okay. So na-suggest, ano nga ba na-suggest yan? Okay, a good name convention is to use the same name of the top level package in the project. For example, if you name your project family name, you should also use your family name as the top level package. So ang project name mo kag ang package dapat pareho. So ang folder name natin sa dyan dapat ang imong project, ang imong package name. Pareho man. How then? This is okay. And then, right click para mag-ubra naman kita sa class. Okay, let's use sample. We're going to use sample program. Then, para may public class ka na, may main method ka na, i-click lang natin ang public static void main. Finish. Okay, may package na kita nga rin. Kag ang aton nga class name nga sample program. So, take note, ang aton nga class name, the same sa file name nga sample.java program. Okay? So, kapihon ta ni. May method na pa na. Sa mga lang. Dito ito. So, create Java class. Muna ito na-create na kita sa new class. Okay, this is one. Okay. So, mag-run kita. You can, now run your code. Either right-click on your Java class in the package explorer or right-click in the Java class and select Run as Java application. So, pwede man. So, right-click. Then, Run as Java application. So, okay. So, welcome to ICT. This is it. How you can, ano ba yan? Pwede man, you can click the Run button. Pwede man. That's it. So, if you don't have your laptop or desktop, we can use the JB Droid IDE for Java. So, available ni sa app Google Play. So, the JB Droid, parang pinitahan nyo lang sa Google Play. Then, i-download, install. Yan naman yung tsura. Then diri kita ma-write sang program. Then if you're done, you just click the play button. That's it. Okay. Praktisan nyo ni. Okay. Answer this on your own and practice this. Praktisan nyo ni. That's it. Thank you.